Hey guys, in this video we're gonna make a small demo track with only loops and samples from our newest sample pack, which is called Waesto Essentials Vol.1. It's available now on our website, you can find the link down in the description. And let's get right into my FL Studio project. Okay, here we are in an empty FL Studio project, and as I said, we're only gonna use samples and loops from our sample pack Waesto Essentials Vol.1. And to start off, I think we're gonna choose some of the Chord song starters. Let's go with this one. Now we move the project tempo to the tempo of our loop. We're gonna keep the 122 BPM. That sounds cool. And maybe add already some saxophones on top. Something like this maybe. We are already in the same BPM here. We only have to shift the pitch up one semitone. I also have to shift this one up, of course. These are our chords. I think that sounds very cool already. This is gonna be our build-up, and we're just gonna copy this over for the next 8 bars, and this will be our drop here. And maybe next add some cool bass to this. For this we're gonna make a new pattern, call it bass, and we're gonna open up Serum. And we need the MIDI from our chords. For that we just go up again to our chord song starters folder and into the chord MIDIs, and we choose the one we used in our project, and we're gonna delete everything and leave the bass. Now we need a cool bass preset for this. Gonna use something like this maybe. Let's see how this sounds. That sounds super cool in my opinion. Maybe we only have the rhythmic bass in the drop part, and for the build-up we have a sub bass with some legato notes. So I call this bass break, and we're gonna just copy the bass over, copy the Serum, and I'm gonna use a different bass for this here. I'm gonna use a simple sub bass. And I'm gonna change the notes. Gonna make them legato. Sick. Next we're gonna add some drums. Maybe first find a cool kick for the drop. Let's go with this one for now. And then we need of course sidechain here. Let's start with the chords. Of course, we only want the sidechain in the drop part when we have the kick, so we have to automate the sidechain here. I'm gonna do that really quickly. Nice. Maybe add some more drums. I'm looking for something like a drum loop. Let's add a clap. Next, maybe add some FX so we can better distinguish between the build-up and the drop part. For that, I'm gonna open the FX folder, and we're gonna first maybe add a cool transition. Yeah, something like that. Maybe add a snare build-up. Maybe this one. Also move the kick over here in the build-up so we get a little bit more energy going. And we make this kick unique here because we're gonna make it a little bit more quiet and take out a little bit of the sub of the kick. Very nice. Maybe add a drum fill right before the drop here. Just shift it to the tempo of the project. This one's cool. I'm pretty sure we need some more downlifters and crashes right when the drop hits. So let's check this out. Let's add this one to the build-up to get even more energy going right before it hits. And I feel it could need some more drums in the drop going, maybe a shaker loop or a tambourine loop. Let's check this out. Maybe we can make one ourselves here. Let's take some of the shaker one-shots. Maybe this one. And I'm trying to get this as organic as possible. So I'm going into the piano roll and I'm gonna change the velocity of the one-shots. Try how it sounds with a tambourine. That's cool. So I would say we add some more effects to the saxophone. Let's listen to the saxophone in solo here. All of the saxophones are already pre-mixed, but we can always make it fit a little bit more to our specific track. Maybe add some exciter on top. And maybe some more delay. And we can edit some reverb towards the drop. Maybe it will also be cool to have like a sub drop right before the drop here and at the 8th bar of our drop here. So I'm gonna go to the FX folder again and search for impacts and sub drops. Something like this, yeah, perfect. And we move it over here too. And we could also use some of these impacts here. Maybe when the snare build-up starts here. Something like that. And we can also use it here. And sometimes it can be a cool trick to layer the saxophone and just copy it over and make it 1 octave lower. We're just gonna try how this one sounds. So I just copy this, make it unique, and I turn it down 1 octave. And we're gonna put this in a new mixer track, and we're gonna group it to our saxophone layer. And we're gonna do this same thing with the second loop. This makes the saxophone sound a little bit more full. And we're gonna make the lower octave saxophone a lot quieter. Maybe we can also add some shouts here and there. Yeah, something like that. This one is pretty cool. Let's check this out. Just gonna move up the automations here to make some space. And we're gonna move it somewhere here. With a long reverb. Let's see how this sounds. Maybe we can add some more shouts here. I'm just looking for something particular here. Yeah, like this. Very nice. And always for this kind of genre, it always sounds nice to have like some ambience in the background going on. So for this, I'm going to the extra folder, into nature, and I'm gonna use some of these really nice recordings from rivers. Just have it slightly on the background. And maybe we can add some appreciator to this here. Maybe this one. I have to stretch it to the tempo. Maybe it would also sound cool to have like a pad going on in the background to fill up the mix a little bit more. Or we could even, because we said we are only allowed to use, of course, the sounds from the pack, we could search for an ambient loop. Something like this maybe. Yeah, something like this. Let's see how this sounds. Beautiful. Maybe also make the bass in the break a little bit quieter. It's too loud. And I think we're pretty much done with the build-up and the drop here. It was just a little preview, of course, but you just saw how simple it is to make track ideas with this pack. I literally really just used sounds from the pack. And yeah, I'm gonna play once more the full preview. That's it for this video, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next one, where I'm gonna show you our brand new Serum 2 preset pack with over 100 sounds. They have really cool sounds in it, and the best is you can combine the pack from this video with the Serum pack. You can combine the loops and MIDIs from this pack with the Serum presets, and to make it even more easier to implement them into your productions. Until then, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.